And if necessary, we can photograph it. Yes, please do so. It is necessary. Then go ahead and open the hatch fully and use the GoPro camera to photograph, to film the perimeter.
Нет, за 201 панель фиксировать нет.
No, it's not necessary. Yes, I think so too. So I just need to hold on to something. Okay, I'm holding the hatch and holding you too. Okay. Okay, there it is. Twister is removed. Twister is on and it's recording. Copy. I'm proceeding with the filming, starting from 12 o'clock position and moving clockwise as much as I can reach. All right, and you're going just fine. Okay, I'm letting go. All right, that's excellent, like this. Going from 12 o'clock to... Okay, should you just give it to me? All right. You're holding it? Yes. Okay, so I will keep...
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch to the Poisk module is open for the first time ever. To officially begin today's spacewalk, we are standing by for an official time from the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov, outside of Moscow.
Legs are pushing against
the two cosmonauts who have worked their way through all of the pre-breathe procedures and the depressurization of Poisk up to this point to validate the airlock's integrity are inspecting the seals around the circumference of the Poisk airlock hatch. So as soon as we get an official start time for today's spacewalk, we'll pass it along. But again, the hatch is open to Poisk. The 232nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance underway.
Did you copy? Filming is complete. All right. Copy. You're going to close out filming. The hatch, and you're going to close the hatch. Copy.
Проверьте еще раз, осмотрите, что ничего нет на прибавочных поверхностях.
The contact surface once again to make sure that there is no spot, that nothing came out during the hatch opening, and please check rubber seals, make sure that they're clear of any debris. Okay, there is nothing on the contact surface here. All the dust came out mostly. Contact surface is clean on my side.
And flight controllers in Moscow now confirming the official start time for today's spacewalk. 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module. Again, today's official start time for the spacewalk by Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov, 9:12 a.m. Central, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time.
Should I move it? Yes, go ahead. And I'm ready. I made space for you here. Okay, here it is. Okay, stand by. Your arm is in the way. It's pushing against it. Okay, excellent. Got it. I'm ready to close it. Put it in the operating position. Okay, copy. And you're going to...
The next step here will be for Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov to close this hatch once again and repressurize Poisk partially to about 260 millimeters of mercury in one final leak check before they open up the hatch a second time and then will float outside to begin their work in the void of space. But again, the clock will not be reset. The clock is moving now on today's spacewalk and will continue to tick away with the start time of 9:12 a.m. Central, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time.
Nice. Tethered it there. Okay. Do you see the rollers? Yeah, and they're moving in. Okay, so move it all the way to stop, the hard stop until it clicks. Okay, excellent, great. All right, Sergey, you're going to remove the hatch tool. Why?
На всякий случай, чтобы...
Well, just in case, to make sure it doesn't get damaged during repress. Copy. It is removed now. Copy. And I will pass it on to Dina. Copy.
Сереж, это Дмитрий.
Sergey, this is Dmitry.
В фрагментах.
So, please find your card 10. This is a separate procedure for repress, and please press it in step 3 and then repress to 260 millimeters. When you're ready, we will start. Okay, we'll retrieve the cue card now. It is slightly off to the side here.
Размещайтесь в районе рабочего места.
Yes, please move
Фрагмент 10, шаг 3.
Your working area and please set up the cue card.
Фрагмент 10.
Cue card 10.
Фрагмент 10, шаг 3.
Cue card 10, step 3.
Дух МИМ-2 до 260 мм.
MRM2 repress to 260 millimeters.
Да, точно.
Хорошо.
Copy. That's affirmative.
Если готов, начинаем работать.
And we have the cue card. Well, if it's ready and set up, then you are go to start. Monitoring KSD2 valve, KSD2 and KSD2 valves are closed. On EVA support panel in MRM2, KSD2 is not illuminated. And I am opening KVD-PHO-S2. It is enabled now. And I confirm that LED is on. Copy. Starting the stopwatch and opening KVD-PHO-S2 valve. Copy.
Есть открыт
KVD-PHO-S2 valve is open.
И докладывай мне
And the pressure is increasing. Please report current suit pressure and MRM2 pressure. Suit pressure is 0.35 and pressure gauge reading shows almost 30. Copy, that's good. Suit pressure is 0.3 for EV1 and for EV2 as well. And 70. Okay. It is less than 0.02 during compression. Well, I don't think we'll get to that, actually. Okay, that's affirmative. Module pressure is 90. Copy. Suit pressure is 0.26. 0.26 for EV2. 1 minute is up. Copy. That's good. Module pressure is 120. 2 and 2. This is the current suit pressure reading. 0.22. Is that correct? Yes, 0.22. Okay.
Building.
145. This is the module pressure, and Orlan pressure indicator shows 0.19 for EV1. Copy.
2 минуты.
2 minutes.
Надуваем ПХО.
Repress up.
Давление 170.
ПХО pressure in module is 170, and the suit pressure is 0.16. Copy. That's good. We're moving to the pressure reading of 260. When you reach 260 in MRM2, you will close КВД-ПХО СУ from EVA support panel in MRM2. Yes, that's affirmative. We confirm all. And standing by for 5 minutes pressure stabilization. If you don't get to 260, then we will be monitoring the pressure during 6 minutes. Copy. We've repressed to 215 in 3 minutes, and the suit pressure is 0.1 for EV1, 0.1 for EV2. Copy. Copy.
За 3,5
minutes, we have repressed to 240. Suit pressure is 0.08. Copy. Good. Current pressure reading is 250. Copy.
Кейт, скажите, пожалуйста, давление в ПХО по мовометру.
Kate, what is the PHO pressure on MV pressure gauge? Inaudible.
260, закрываем.
260, and I'm closing КВД-ПХО СУ valve. Copy.
У меня 0,05.
And the suit pressure is 0.03 and 0.05. LED is off, and I am inhibiting. And I confirm that LED is off now, and I'm setting the 5-minute timer. Copy.
4:45.
4:45. Copy.
Запущен счетчик.
The timer is
Текущее давление.
set up now. Started now. The current pressure reading is 264.
Принято 264.
This is Kate. Current MV pressure gauge reading is in PHO is 292. Copy, Kate. 292.
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch again closed to the Poisk module, and a partial repressurization of the module underway by Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov, being monitored on the other side of the Poisk service module interface by NASA flight engineer Kate Rubins. Once a final leak check is conducted, the Poisk will be depressurized back down to vacuum one more time, and the hatch reopened to enable Ryzhikov and Kud-Sverchkov to move outside to begin their work for the day. The actual start time for the spacewalk was 9:12 a.m. Central, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, at the point at which the hatch was opened for the first time.
Две минуты прошло.
2 minutes are up.
263,5.
The module pressure is almost 264, or to be more precise, 263.5, but closer to 264. Copy. Station Moscow, MRM2 pressure reading, Sergei, could you please report it? 4 minutes have passed. The pressure is the same. 263.5, same pressure.
Стабилизации.
30 seconds before the...
All of this work being conducted by Ryzhikov and Sverchkov to make sure that the seals are around the circumference of the Poisk airlock hatch and the airlock itself, to make sure pressure is holding the way it should be, is all designed to confirm that the airlock is good to go for future Russian spacewalks, as it begins the process of replacing the Pirs docking compartment as the venue from which Russian spacewalks will be conducted until the delivery of the Nauka multipurpose laboratory module next year, which will be installed on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station after Pirs is detached and disposed of in the Pacific Ocean by a visiting Progress cargo ship.
Step 6, copy. Preliminary MRM2 leak check. It's in work. Copy. So we are standing by. So the current pressure is 263.5. So it should not be decrease of not more than 2 millimeters. So we are standing by for that. Yes, copy that. Kate copies.
While this work is ongoing in advance of Ryzhikov and Sverchkov floating outside to begin their EVA work for the day, Kate Rubins has been monitoring activities in the Russian segment of the station. She helped Ryzhikov and Sverchkov suit up earlier this morning, and she will help them out of their suits later today when the spacewalk is completed. The 4 astronauts who arrived on Monday night aboard the Crew Dragon Resilience following its launch on Sunday from the Kennedy Space Center atop a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. They're in the process of conducting scientific experiments, some early utilization, and transferring equipment and flight data files from Dragon over to the International Space Station for their 6-month mission as part of the Expedition 64 crew. You see from left to right, Kate Rubins, Victor Glover, Soichi Noguchi, Sergei Ryzhikov, Mike Hopkins, Shannon Walker, and Sergei Sverchkov.
Sergei 1.
Скажи, пожалуйста, давление в МИМе-2 по моновату.
So could you please tell the MV pressure on MRM2?
Давление 263.
263.5. It is stable. No delta T. That sounds good. Copy. Proceed. Proceed monitoring. Yes, we still have 2.5 minutes left.
Подтверждаю.
We confirm.
Я привяжу, наверное.
EV1, could you please hold this? I will try to tie this up. Everything is fine.
Once outside of the Poisk airlock, Kud Sverchkov will be first out, actually. He will once again check the seals around the airlock hatch to this newly employed module for Russian-based spacewalks. He'll install a protective ring around the hatchway to make sure that it doesn't incur any damage from any micrometeoroid particles during the course of the excursion that's expected to last up to 6 hours in duration. Ryzhikov will follow him outside carrying an airtight container within which is a brand new piece of hardware called a fluid flow regulator that he and Kud Sverchkov will install on the Zarya module to replace an older unit. This piece of hardware will do just what the name suggests and regulate the flow of fluids through the plumbing on the Zarya module, the first component ever launched of the International Space Station, 2 days shy of its 22nd anniversary of that launch on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, November 20th, 1998.
263.5 is the reading. 263.5, copy. Sounds good.
As you saw in that graphic just a moment ago, once outside, you'll identify Ryzhikov.
Get ready.
He's wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes as EV-1, or Extravehicular Crew Member Number 1, the ISS commander for Expedition 64. He also will have a helmet camera bearing the number 20 that you'll see on your screen when we get views through the helmet cams that will be worn by the two spacewalkers. Kud Sverchkov, EV-2, will be wearing the Orlan suit with the blue stripes. His helmet camera is number 18. This is the first spacewalk for both cosmonauts.
Принято.
Copy.
У нас с вами well герметичен.
So the EV hatch is tight, so we will depress now from MRM2. MRM2 depress. And in QCAR 6, you will perform the following actions. You will have to control BSS EV position. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, position is EV position, and the SOR should be open. Also, control the LED on the display, and after that, you will have to open KSD2 manually and depress after that. So the injector should not be activated, right? Inaudible. So KSD SO depress valve is open manually. KSD SO is open. I can confirm that because LED is illuminated on the panel.
Final leak checks of the Poisk module hatch being conducted before it is depressurized back down to vacuum one final time to enable the hatch to be opened, allowing Ryzhikov and Kud Sverchkov to float outside.
The EV2 as well. 210 in the module. Pressure reading. Could you please report module pressure and spacesuit pressure? Copy. Will do. 190 is in the module. 015 for EV1. 015 is for EV2. Copy.
Kate, как вы меня слышите?
How do you copy? This is Dmitry regarding the depress-repress procedure. You know, there are some noises, interference. So 150 in the module. The pressure reading, yes, I can confirm we have some interference. Kate, how do you copy me? I copy you. Not so good, but I can copy you. Kate?
Кейт, мы с вами должны выровнять давление.
We will have to equalize pressure between FGB and PHO. So KVD SM should be in the open position. You should be placed in the open position. Copy. KVD PGO SM in open position. It is in work. Copy. We are standing by for your report on that, Kate. 100 millimeters is the module pressure. Copy. 023 is the spacesuit pressure. Copy. 026. Inaudible. KVD PGO SM valve is open. Copy. Now, please equalize the pressure between FGB and PHO. Kate. Copy. In work. EV1 and EV2. Spacesuit pressure readings, please. And in the module as well. 75 is in the module, 029 for EV1. Okay, 75 is in the module, 029 is in the spacesuit. Copy. Module pressure is 50031 is the spacesuit pressure for EV1. Same for EV2. Copy. The module pressure is 3535 and the spacesuit 034. Copy.
Heading down to vacuum one more time. The Poisk module is performing as advertised, and good spacesuits reported by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov.
When we reach 12 millimeters, we confirm. This is Kate. Unintelligible. Kate, we did not copy your last. Could you please repeat PHO MV pressure reading? It is increasing. 724 is the current pressure, and it is still increasing. 724 PHO pressure. What about FGB pressure, Kate? It is being equalized. In FGB, the current pressure is 733. Copy 733. Kate, continue to equalize the pressure. Kate. Copy in work.
And as you can hear, the Russian flight controllers through the interpreter talking to Kate Rubins in the Russian segment of the International Space Station as she works to equalize pressure between Poisk and the different modules on the Russian side of the International Space Station, the precursor to Poisk going down to vacuum, enabling Ryzhikov and Svechkov to open the hatch one final time to begin the process of moving outside with their tools for the start of the tasks associated with today's excursion.
Module pressure is 12 millimeters, and I'm ready to close KSD2 valve and KSD-SO as well. Is it a go to close KSD and KSD-SO? Well, KSD2 is closed, Moscow, copy, and I'm closing KSD-SO valve.
Контролируем погасание транспаранта на полмегла.
On the EV panel MRM2, the LED should not be illuminated. Yes, it is not illuminated. Copy. Sounds good. It is 11 millimeters, actually, the pressure reading. Sounds good. Sergey. So please proceed. Q card 7, step 14, and you will start performing the step on my go. Copy. Q card number 7. Kate, what is MV PSO pressure and also FGB pressure reading? PSO MV 731. 731. 731 in PGO as well. Copy. So do I say it correctly that the pressure has been equalized? Yes. Yes, unfortunately I cannot copy you very well. So now the valve in PGO-SM should be transitioned to electrical control, Kate. KVD PGO-SM valve should be in position of electrical control. Copy, Kate. It is in electrical position. EV1, are you ready to work step 14 of the Q card 7? Yes, we are. So we are starting transition of the spacesuit to autonomous power. Copy. The temperature control held should be transitioned to position 6. Preliminary Orlan cool down. EV1 in position 6.
Cosmonauts about to switch their Orlan suits to internal battery power. Again, a Russian spacewalk measured from the time of hatch open to hatch close, unlike a U.S. spacewalk that is measured from battery power on U.S. extravehicular mobility units in the Quest airlock to airlock repress at the end of the spacewalk.
On the display, you should have the message PO2 prime. You know, we cannot copy you, Moscow. So what is the primary bottle, O2 bottle pressure? 415, inaudible. And what about the other reading? 22.5, inaudible. Copy. Now BSS should be in the position closed. Copy. What about the covering on land fluid umbilical? Yes, after it is in the closed position, it will have to be capped. Copy. So O2 is in the position closed. What about the suit gauge pressure? 036 for EV1, 036 for EV2. Is the spacesuit pressure? So can you see PO2 primary on your display? Come again. The primary O2 bottle pressure. Can you see it on your display? 415 for EV1 and 41 inaudible for EV2. Copy. Now you can cap the umbilicals and also work with the MLI flap. Copy in work. Sergey, could you please hold the cue cards here? Yes. Give them to me. Try not to snag on anything. Good luck, guys. Thank you so much, Kate. So the umbilicals are kept and the electrical controllers of Orlan covered with MLI. Copy. Now you will have the go to egress very soon.
So
Artyom will support you in opening the EV hatch, and after that we will continue to transition to autonomous power after the hatch is open. Copy, and so we should not stow away the cue cards as yet. Yes, that's affirmed. Keep them close. Guys, now we will reopen the hatch. We will open it once again for the second time. Copy. So we will try to position ourselves comfortably. Now use the hatch tool and place it in the working position. In work. The flag is in the work position. 19 degrees is the angle of the hatch tool. 90. Now put it onto the pin of the drive of the hatch. Copy. Now.
So 11 years after its launch to the International Space Station, the Poisk module now being used as a spacewalking airlock for the first time, as Ryzhikov and Sverchkov check out their tools and tethers, about to open up the airlock hatch for a second time that will enable them to float outside to begin their work.
The rollers are moving. Copy. Then the pusher handle should be pulled on towards yourself. Yes, and we are leaving the hatch tool here. Yes, so the pusher is being pulled towards us until hard stop. Copy. Can I start moving the hatch? What about the pressure? Is it down completely? Is it vacuum now? Yes, 0. Copy. Now you can open the hatch. Yeah, please retain the handle, hold the handle of the pusher and open the hatch.
За ту ручку возьми.
Hold that handle. Can you do it simultaneously? EV2?
Не получается, да?
No, Joy.
Сторонку буду придерживать.
Okay, so I will hold it here from this side. I'm tightening it.
Будьте готовы к тому, чтобы снять карабин фала переменной
Get
длины.
ready.
And the hatch to the Poisk airlock once again open, and we should be seeing Ryzhikov and Kud Sverchkov here any moment. Ryzhikov again will be wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes as EV1. Kud Sverchkov's Orlan suit will bear the blue stripes.
Сейчас, секундочку, развернусь.
Stand by one. Let me reposition myself.
Так, он перекрутился, сейчас я его назад верну.
You know,
Значит, потом...
I have to put it back. Of course, there is a kink here. Copy.
Есть зацепление.
Okay, now,
Выбираю слабину.
so we are removing the slack now. Copy.
Выходной люк открыт.
So the EV hatch is open and secured
За 10-первую панель.
with the hook page 201. Now, please install the protective ring, guys. Copy in work. Installing protective ring.
Да. Сейчас. Давай, я здесь остаюсь.
So I am staying here, EV2, and you go ahead.
Вот так вот. Да-да, бутылка.
Inaudible.
Так, у нас хватит длины, Кирилл? У нас хватит длины?
Will there be sufficient length here for us? Well, let's see. Wait, you know, just stop doing that. I will use a different way
Следите за тем, чтобы
of operating.
шнур не перекрывал просвет люка.
So when you install the protective ring, please monitor that the cord is not in the hatch opening. Yes, we know that. So let us do it once again. This is enough. Maybe this is the best way to do it. Okay, the locks are open. The latches are open. I confirm. Now I have this mark right before me. I pressed it down. Now I have it transferred to this position and secured. That's it. You know, there is probably a longitude groove. Yes, I will test it right now. Now, yes, it is secured. The hooks are secured. Artyom, how did you copy? The protective ring is installed. The protective ring is installed. So Dima will support you from now on.
Сергей, мы сейчас продолжаем с вами переход на автономное питание скафандра.
We are transitioning into
Шаг 16.
independent autonomous power for the suits, and that's going to be Q card 7 and step 15.
The cosmonauts have installed that protective ring around the circumference of the Poisk airlock hatch. That is a common procedure to make sure it is pristine for the duration of the spacewalk. And we should be seeing the two cosmonauts outside any moment now. Kud Sverchkov will be first out of the hatch, followed by Ryzhikov.
power supply in autonomous power. And please deactivate primary pump. And then please put the transmitter in the off position. All right, we have everything. Transmitters, pump and fan are in required status for EV1 and EV2. So just wanted to make sure that you have for EV2, for Sergey 2, that your primary pump, fan, and transmitter are on. What is the U battery? 27.8. And 20 unintelligible for the second, for EV2. And then please deactivate the tow mode on the control panel in MRM2. Copy, in work. And please put SK1 and SK suit 1 and suit 2 power, put it in the off position for the first and for the second. All right, I am putting suit 1 in autonomous power, and I'm standing by, verifying the lights. The LED is no longer illuminated. Is the umbilical still connected? It is still connected, so disconnect the umbilical. Copy and work. The umbilical has been disconnected. All right, electrical umbilical is disconnected. Do you read me well? You we do, just a little bit quiet. So, for suit 1 and suit 2, please power them, disconnect them from station power. All right. We are disconnecting them, and then so first you need to deactivate tow, heat exchange power, and then suit 1 and 2 should be put in off position. In work for the first suit. And the umbilical has been disconnected for suit 2. Do you read me well? Yes. So please close out the connectors for the Orlan suits with MLI done for suit for EV1 and for EV2. Copy, and then once the EV hatch is open, we will give you a go to activate sublimators. All right, we open the EV hatch, and it has been secured. Copy. I am passing you on to Artyom. Copy. All right, guys. Are you ready to go? EV2 goes to MRM2SM handrail. And what about the sublimators? It's going to be on our go a little bit later. Copy. Hey, see it?
Ребят, у нас через
Guys,
пару минут закончится тень.
we are going to be out of orbital night in a few seconds, and you will be able to see well. So for sublimators, please start with suit 1 and then proceed with suit 2. Well, Sergei is only halfway out through the hatch. What time do we turn on the sublimators? If you have...
Our first view of Sergei Kud-Sverchkov exiting the Poisk module airlock, the first time this has been used for a Russian spacewalk. Kud-Sverchkov and Sergei Ryzhikov, who will follow him momentarily, both conducting the first spacewalks of their careers. We're now 54 minutes into the spacewalk that began at 9:12 a.m. Central, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module for the first time after a series of leak checks and validation tests on the integrity of the seals around this airlock being used for the first time for an EVA.
Well, congratulations, you are out. So I am outside as well, connected to the handrail, and I am putting my sublimator in the... I'm activating my sublimator. So for EV2 as well, right? Yes. So CO indicated CO is in off position, and then temperature control handle is in position 3. We copy. All right. So EV1, temperature control handle is in position 6, and now I'm putting it in position 3. Let's just give a few seconds for Sergei to situate himself. And then I have the filter covered up. Okay, we are standing by.
Flying 260 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean, the International Space Station moving into an orbital sunrise, moving from northwest to southeast on this orbit of the Earth. Sergei Kud-Sverchkov outside of the Poisk airlock, soon to be joined by Sergei Ryzhikov, who will hand him a package of hardware containing a new fluid flow regulator for the Zarya module, the first component ever launched for the International Space Station 22 years ago this coming Friday.
All right, and let me unreel it here. All right, there we go. Don't pull yet. And the airtight container have been secured. Does that look good to you? For you? Yes. And one hook.
Both cosmonauts now outside. They're working with this so-called airtight container that includes the new fluid regulator for the Zarya module that will replace an older unit. That's the first task on tap for the two cosmonauts, now that they have confirmed the integrity of the Poisk module through a series of depressurization and repressurization exercises and leak checks of all of the hardware for that airlock in use today for the first time.
Just be careful. Careful.
Так, зацепил.
All right, I have secured it.
Второй карабин.
I have secured
Придержать ее чуть-чуть. Хорошо.
hook 2.
Сейчас я отойду.
Could you hold it for a second? Let me move away a little bit. Okay.
Хожу. Так, аккуратненько.
I'm moving. Careful.
Ага. Так. И...
So,
Так, извлекаю короткий карабин.
I'm getting that short hook.
Сергей Первый, я так понимаю,
Сергей.
ты выходишь из мимо уже.
1. As far as I understand, you are egressing MRM, right?
Кратко на...
That's right. And what about the kit?
Поручни перехода, я там же...
It's on the opposite side. And I am there as well.
Места хватает, да, чтобы...
Okay, so there is enough space for you, right?
Сейчас не могу видеть.
I can't see right now, but I think
Принято.
the space is sufficient.
Первого по выходу из мимо.
Okay, we'll be standing by for Sergey 1 report once you are out of the MRM.
Что, у меня карабин там в кармане сидит.
Okay? The hook is in my pocket there.
Не хочет. Попробую.
And is it getting out? Nope.
Не хватает до этого.
Fighting? I'll try and rotate it a little bit.
Сергей Первый, Второй.
Sergey 1 and Sergey 2.
Будет там возможность.
When you get a chance,
АСТР, ручку тепло-холод ПГБ.
you can put the heat exchanger handle in the position 0 and then put the
Тумблер АСТР.
neutral position.
Возможности. Вот будет у вас там.
And if you can actually set the heating.
Я сейчас второй, сейчас удерживаю контейнер.
I'm holding the container right now, so...
Принято.
Извлек.
Okay, I got it out.
Непослушного.
It's really not being cooperative.
Они у нас Серега с Тамарой ходят парой.
All right.
Длинный туда же залетел, куда и твой.
I think my long one is headed in the same direction as yours.
Серег,
Да.
Sergey,
можешь карабин
could you
перецепить себе
please
руку ниже? Он себе
connect that hook from the kit to under your right arm,
ближе к поручню перехода.
a little bit closer to the handrail.
Перецепил.
Done.
Так, первый застраховал стал переменной длины
All right.
за поручень.
I have secured the adjustable tether to the handrail for EV1.
Выполняю выход.
And I'm egressing.
Солнышко так отсветит. Надо
And the sun is out.
наполовинку.
Need to probably
Наблюдаю,
set it to half.
никаких смятений, ничего. Все, принял.
Is everything looking good on your side? Yes.
Все, второй вышел.
EV2
Первый
is
вышел,
out.
принято. Ребят,
EV1 is out. We copy.
давайте проведем легкую адаптацию.
All right, guys.
Смотрите, где вы, как находитесь.
You can take a break, just orient yourself in regards to the modules, where to go, how to proceed, and we can start the translation on your go. Copy.
Ну, как раз так, как надо, мы как планировали.
Right. We are just as we have planned. We see that.
Сергей, ты СТР включил уже? Нет, еще. Что, может, тогда зайдем?
Sergey,
Да, у тебя руки свободны.
do you have the flow control valve adjustments
Так, перевод.
done? Is ISR on? Well, I'm putting the warm-cold handle in position 6. Gennady Mikhailovich, do we have you go? All right, just put the handle at 0 first. Please verify temperature control handle at 0. Please verify that you're in mid-position for the switch between warm and cold. And you have a go to perform the flow control valve adjustment. Done. We copy.
Так, Сергей, сейчас приму.
Sergey, I'm going to take it over. Sounds good.
Взял.
I got it. And I hand it over.
Перевожу. Там тепло-холод 0.
And I'm putting the warm-cold switch
Тепло-холод средний.
to cold and then to mid-position.
Включен на втором.
And the flow control valve adjustment is in position 2. We copy.
Я готов.
I am ready.
Ну, мы готовы перемещаться.
All right, we are ready for translation. Great.
Принято. Если вы разместились, включили...
If you are
At the bottom of your screen, with the backpack and the red stripes, is Station Commander Sergei Ryzhikov. Just above him is Sergei Kud-Sverchkov. They have all of their tools together. Their suits are configured properly, and they're about to make their way over to the Zarya module, just a few feet away, to start the replacement of an aging piece of hardware called a fluid flow regulator that enables all of the plumbing to operate properly inside the Zarya module.
I am catching it here. What? The container.
Так. Переменные длины за...
All right. The adjustable rod is connected to handrail 6011. We copy.
Постоянные 6023.
And the regular tether to
Меня ты, конечно, сзади не видишь.
6023.
Я вижу чуть-чуть.
Do you see me?
Чисто. Чисто, да?
Do you see my back? Can I fit there? Yes. I can see it, and you fit just fine.
Зацепил за
Okay, adjustable
6013.
tether is connected to 6013.
Так. Фал этого. Вижу.
All right, here is the watch out for the tether. I see it. I'm going to move it.
6012 постоянно.
So 6012 is where I have my tether.
Так.
Okay. Let me get a little bit closer.
Достанешь?
Can you reach it? I should. I have to.
Не резкие движения, сейчас поплавнее.
Just move cautiously.
Вижу. А фал-укладки будешь переносить?
Are you going to move the tether for the container? I will.
And our first helmet camera view from Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, the number 18 in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, as he begins the process of making his way over to the Zarya module. He's being joined by Sergei Ryzhikov. We're still waiting on his helmet camera to be activated. That will bear the number 20 in the lower right-hand corner, as they will conduct the first of the tasks for today's spacewalk, that being the replacement of a fluid flow regulator for the Zarya module.
So how are you feet?
1 hour, 10 minutes into today's spacewalk that is expected to last up to 6 hours.
The container is here, right? Yes.
Так вот делаем. Правильно. Что не зацепилось? Да, карабина на поручнях.
Okay, now let's hook to the handrails, and I'm moving as close as possible to you. Okay?
Так, контролирую.
And I'm
Взял.
monitoring the situation.
Как раз видно бухту эту транзиторскую.
So this transit bay, it should be below me.
Да, как раз бухта транзита, она, да, правильно.
Yes, this bay, transit bay, that's where it should be.
А над вами как раз
And-
БКДО находится.
BPDO should be above you.
Чуть-чуть.
We do see it out of the corner of my eye. Well, you do, not me.
Да. И при перемещении, ребят,
Okay, I can see it a little bit.
при перемещении следите, чтобы фалы не
And
перекручивались.
as you are translating, please make sure you don't get your tethers
Свои
tied up.
карабины перестраховал.
Okay, I have
Укладки.
moved my hooks, and I'm working with the container now.
Застрахован.
All right, I am secured. Just a little bit.
20 секунд пропадания связи.
All right, there was a 20-second dropout.
Продолжаем двигаться.
We're in the process of handing over downlink video communications capability between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov moving a container over from the Poisk airlock to the Zarya module that contains a brand new fluid flow device that will improve the flow of hydraulic fluid and other plumbing components within that module, the first module ever launched for the International Space Station 22 years ago this coming Friday. And a good view of Poisk on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the station, launched on November 10th,
I think the antenna should be below my
2009, 11 years ago, having served up to this point as a docking port for visiting Russian vehicles, and today for the first time serving as a venue from which a spacewalk is being conducted. You can see Ryzhikov on the left side of Poisk wearing the suit with the red stripes. Sverchkov is out of view at this moment.
And now EV2 camera off, and now camera on. The LED is not illuminated. And Reba only has one light on. Let me try it one more time. Let me cycle. Okay, so two lights on, but the camera LED is not green. I pressed the button one more time, and now it is illuminated. We copy. So, what lights are we talking about? U.S. lights or Orlan lights? U.S. lights. Well, you have a go to activate Orlan lights too. And Sergey, please verify that the handle is secured correctly to the pin, with the pin. The handles are for your backpack are secured correctly to the pin. We're not seeing correct telemetry. Okay, I headed it, and it should be in the correct position. Okay, we see that it is closed now in telemetry. Did you see whether it was coming away? I did, and it wasn't. Okay, now we're getting the right telemetry. Thank you.
All right, so the long one is attached to 6009. Sergey, could you please move the kit hook to make sure that I don't have to reach 2 times? Okay, yes, we'll do. Okay, stand by, wait. Excellent. Got it. It is secured now. 6014 is, and I'm moving now, pulling it up so you can reach. Okay, so wait. Should I move over the tether? Which one? Okay, let's go ahead and try doing that. Okay, let's do it during the next transfer. Okay, so I'm holding it, giving it to you. I'm next to VL2.
Сергей, ты с камерой выключил, включил ее?
And we're monitoring you. And Sergey 1, did you cycle the camera? Okay, I didn't do that. I forgot about it because we started working on the handle. Okay, well, I'll do it now when Sergey moves over here. Yes.
And a good view of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Prominently in the center of the view, the Poisk module, and on the left of it, Sergei Ryzhikov, the space station commander, Sergei Sverchkov next to him. That long pole that you see attached to the Poisk module is the Strela boom, Strela being the Russian word for arrow, a telescoping boom that the cosmonauts use to move from one segment of the work sites around the Russian segment to another. On the far right of your screen, the ISS Progress 75 cargo ship attached to the aft port of the Zvezda service module, and will remain attached to that until the mid-February time frame.
Times I see that it is illuminated. And I didn't see it when you turned it on. I guess it blinked in a way. Okay, so can you see it now? I don't think it's illuminated. Moscow. Could you please confirm? Are you getting the video? No, we do not have the video right now. What about video too? No, there is no WVS video. We only see the image that we're getting from the arm. Okay, so the green one is illuminated. Correct, yes, and mine is illuminated too. Okay, so let's move on. Yes, let's move on now. Let's not spend time on it now. We're seeing you through the camera on the arm. So you can proceed now, and then we can get back to the camera up later. Okay, copy. So I'm securing to the shortcut handrail. Okay, excellent.
$6116.
6116. The kit goes there as well. I'm holding it. Okay, I'm handing it over to you. EV2, 6015. The short one, I don't see its number. 6005. Okay, yes, and the kit hook is also installed on 6015. Holding the kit, okay. Handed it over, so I'm going to inspect this area. I don't think there should be anything in the way. As far as I remember it, yes, there is sufficient room here. And I'm getting to a different shortcut handrail. Moving the kit over there, moving along the handrail. Copy. Are you holding it? And I handed it over. I'm going to move it up just to make sure that it's more convenient for you. Okay. It's pre-hooked. The hooks are now secured. And the kit is rehooked now as well, and I'm proceeding with translation. Okay, so move closer then. Okay, excellent. And I can move it over here. Okay, are you holding it? Yes. Is it towards me? No.
Наблюдаем картинку на шлемной камере второго.
And we're getting the WVS video of EV2. Copy.
Наблюдаем камеру манипулятора.
And also we're getting the view from the arm. It is rehooked now, and the hook is...
A good view of Sergei Ryzhikov working to configure equipment outside of the Poisk module airlock. Right alongside of him is the airtight container, as it is called by the Russian specialists, within which a brand new fluid flow regulator, which will be installed on the Zarya module shortly. And a helmet camera view from Sergei Sverchkov of the work that he is conducting.
And I'm moving over. Copy, copy. And we can see you. Okay, got a bit too far. Do not rush.
The International Space Station flying 260 miles over the South Atlantic, just off the east coast of Argentina. This orbit of the Earth carrying the orbital outpost and its 7 crew members from southwest to northeast on a track that will cross the western coast of Africa a short time from now.
Okay, I got it. You got it? Yes.
Sergei Ryzhikov is hovering right next to the Zarya module. That's where this fluid flow regulator replacement work will be conducted a short time from now. That module launched on a Proton rocket on November 20th, 1998, 22 years ago this coming Friday, the first element of the International Space Station.
The kit is secured to the flexible handrail, copy, and we can see it as well. My lawn tether is also on the soft handrail. The short one is installed on the soft handrail. You're holding it, yes, correct. It's on the second one, right? Yes, of course. Now I'll have to hold on to the other soft handrail. Sergei, can you move over? I guess I can rehook it now, and then you will be translating along the flexible handrails. Yes, that's what I thought too, and I'm monitoring. Okay, so let me move back a bit to not be in the way. Those hooks are now secured. And I really have to watch my body position in the space, because I get swinging back and forth. Well, I need to make sure that I don't mix them up. And they're of different colors and barcodes. Okay, the hook is now secured. Okay, tethered, copy. And let me reach towards the kit. I'm holding it. Copy. Copy, you're holding it. So let's turn it a bit. Let me grab onto the other handrail, and you're gonna get this from me because I'll have to move back by a few degrees. Okay, are you holding it? Yes, holding it. Can you try catching it now? Okay, excellent. And now I have to move over. Okay, let me do that. Stand by. Yes, it's quite dusty here. I'm translating along the soft handrails. Okay, so I guess I will have to hold on to the flexible or soft handrails. So let me do this. I'm at a maximum here, and I'm secured quite well. Okay. Are you holding it? Yes, I'm holding it. Okay, so handing it over to you. Yes.
Ребят, наблюдаем картинку с обеих ваших камер.
Guys, we're getting the video from both cameras. Copy. Both hooks are now installed, and I will proceed with the kit operations. The kit is now secured and tethered. Copy. I'm holding it. Okay, I'm handing it over to you. Inaudible. Switch into the handrail. 13, and I guess it's 50. It's not clear. Moving the kit over. The kit is now transferred. Copy. A bit over here. Okay, that's great. And the small hook is now installed too. Moving closer to you, and I am holding the kit. Okay, copy. So let me look around. So this is the panel that we need, and this is the platform. I'm not going to rehook the large hook. Artem, it's hot here since ISTAR automatic thermal control system is on. Can I move the handle to...
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour 33 minutes into today's spacewalk, which also saw the verification of the ability of the POISC module to support a spacewalk for the first time. A great view here from an external camera on the International Space Station of the two cosmonauts, Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov, now working on top of the Zarya module, the first element of the International Space Station launched 22 years ago. The container in between the two holds a new fluid flow regulator that will replace an aging unit to do just what it implies, regulate the flow of fluids and the plumbing of the Zarya module that essentially connects the U.S. and Russian segments of the International Space Station.
In that case,
and a split-screen view of the two helmet cameras on the cosmonauts.
Okay, well, the automatic system is on now, and what we have is the switches. Can we use that? So as their automatic...
Sergei Sverchkov's helmet camera is on the left, Sergei Ryzhikov's helmet camera on the right, as they work in tandem to position themselves for the installation of this new fluid regulator unit.
As their thermal control system is off, moving to 6 to 4. Okay, so it's going to be like this. The hooks are moved now. Oh, okay, no. So I wanted to move farther, but I guess it would be better to be here and to do one more. I have rehooked my tethers, and the kit has been re-tethered as well. I'm now closer to the platform, okay? And I'm holding it now. Copy. Handing it over. Okay, stand by.
While the two cosmonauts are working on the first task of today's spacewalk, the installation of this fluid regulator unit in the Zarya module, it is reported that the Resilience Crew Dragon that carried Mike Hopkins, Victor Glover, Shannon Walker, and Soichi Noguchi to the International Space Station for its docking late Monday night is now configured for what are known as quiescent operations, steady-state operations at the International Space Station. It automatically docked to the forward port of the Harmony module late Monday night. The four new residents comprising the addition to the Expedition 64 crew on board. They have spent the day transferring cargo and flight data files and placing a Crew Dragon in the proper configuration for its 6-month stay as a part of the International Space Station.
I'm at my workstation monitoring the kit position. It's an excellent position right now, and I'm holding it. Okay. And Artyom, inaudible, should we keep it here? Did you say there are bars? No, wire ties. Can you see them on the video? Well, okay then, you can keep them there. Put the latches in the operating position. They are in operating position now. Copy. And you're going to install the pressurized container on its platform. Okay. Stand by, and I'll have to change the tether position as well. Okay, it's convenient now, and we'll proceed. I see the antenna here. I'm ready. Okay, so we'll keep going. Move closer. I'm holding it. Okay, excellent. So let me move closer to you. There is no digital numbering here, and I will use the color code. 2 yellow ones on the side of Sergei on plane 2. Okay, copy. So 1-4 should be on your side, and the fact that there is no labeling there, that's fine. That's how it's been for a while now. Okay, move just a bit over here. Okay, like that. And they're in on my side and on my side as well. Soft dock is confirmed. Copy. Please put the latches in closed position. Number 4 is closed. Number 1 is closed. Okay. Okay, everything is fine. Copy. And we can open the KSD, yes, copy. And who's going to do that? EV1 or 2? Let me do that. Is it more convenient for you? Well, I guess I can do that with my right hand. Okay, so you are doing it, right?
КСД открываем на 2 оборота.
Please make 2 turns to open KSD. Copy.
Сергей, второй, тогда
Sergey 2.
разъем.
So check out the connector for now, and 2 turns are complete. The connector next to handrail 1360
Сергей, первый принято.
on above the panel. So this is the metal connector. I can see it.
Все верно. Ребят,
It's open now. And guys, I have a question. On the timeline, we were supposed to take a break. So do you need a break, or should we continue? Well, we can take a break for 1 minute, or we can proceed if we don't need to rush. Okay, then, please take a break, then, and once you're ready, we will proceed. Okay.
The Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow conferring with our 2 spacewalkers, Sergei Ryzhikov on the left, Sergei Sverchkov on the right. And that cylindrical container is the so-called airtight container housing a replacement fluid regulator unit that will be installed in the Zarya module, which they are working at. That's the first element of the International Space Station, launched 22 years ago this coming Friday. The 2 cosmonauts successfully tested the Poisk airlock for use for future Russian spacewalks. That checked out in great shape. The crew is running a few minutes behind the timeline for the day. And a good view now from the helmet camera of Sergei Ryzhikov, the Expedition 64 commander, as he and Sverchkov prepare to remove this new replacement fluid regulator from the container for its installation in Zarya.
Of that area, and it would be great to see it.
We're now 1 hour 43 minutes into today's spacewalk. Other tasks on the docket will be the disconnection of a telemetry antenna that links the Zvezda service module to the Pirs docking compartment and its attachment to the interface between Zvezda and the Poisk module. That begins the lengthy series of work over the next several months to decommission the Pirs docking compartment for its removal and disposal via a Progress spacecraft next year that will clear the Earth-facing port of the Russian segment for the installation of the new Nauka mini multipurpose laboratory module that will be launched next year on a Proton rocket for its installation as a laboratory, an airlock, and a docking port all in one. That launch to take place from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, a launch date yet to be determined.
Okay, it is off on my side.
Нет, еще снимает.
No, it is still sold on.
Тебе не толкать?
Okay, I don't want you to push it here.
Снимаю, да?
Сейчас я контролирую, чтобы погас.
Is it still on? Well, yes, let's make sure that it goes off.
Так, 2 минуты прошло.
Okay, 2 minutes are up.
Готово продолжить работу?
And we are ready to continue.
Принято, если
Copy.
отдохнули и готовы.
If you got a chance to rest and if you're ready,
Стыковки разъема.
then you can go ahead and start demating the connectors of RG, SP, K1.
Докладывай свои действия
And
обязательно.
please provide commentary on what you are doing. I can see the connector. It is on the Lirka clip, the metal connector, one out of the 3 connectors.
Принято. Маркировку
Copy.
на самом разъеме наблюдаешь?
And do you see any labels on the connector KRG?
В розетке наблюдаю ХРРЖ.
KRG, that's the marking.
Принято.
Just one marking there. Okay, copy.
Ну, по кабелю идет между первым и вот следующим.
And the cable is going between the first one and, I guess, the next one. That's where it's going.
Так. Тогда расстыковываю.
Okay, so go ahead and demate it now with your go. Yes.
На кабеле вот
Okay, so the cable says SPR RG H1.
Принято, все верно.
Okay, I guess that's the one that we need. Yes, that's correct. And you go ahead and demate it.
нету.
Demating the cable, and I do not see any pod or debris.
Принято.
Страхуем.
Copy. And let me secure the panel.
The 2 cosmonauts are now removing the new fluid regulator unit from that container, temporarily stowing it before they begin to unmate a series of connectors holding the older fluid regulator unit in place. That has been there since the Zarya module was launched 22 years ago. This brand new unit will improve the flow of fluids through the plumbing system of the Zarya module. We are now 1 hour 47 minutes into today's spacewalk.
The length is not enough. You know, the tether length is not enough because during the training drills we had the handrails on the cover, and here we don't have this handrail, so we'll have to switch tethers. Copy?
Можно использовать фалы с подтягом. Так...
You can use the adjustable tethers. Yes, we are working with them. Yes, so you can
Сергей, у тебя резак
rehook it. Sergey, you have cut out from your toolkit. Yes, I can see that. Thank you.
Сергей, попробуй.
Sergey, will you try that? Because I don't have the enough length. Okay, the connector that's on the container, you know, you don't have to demate it, you just transfer it, move it. Can you hold it?
Так, застрахован.
Okay, I've secured it here.
Открываем.
Принято.
Copy. I secured the old one, flow regulator. Now work with MLI. Yes, I can see that. The MLI flap is open. Now move this spring clip here. So we are stowing the cable. Can you hold it? Copy. No, retrieve it. It should be in the center. It is more convenient for me here. Yes, go ahead and close it here. Yes, it is closed. The cable is stowed. We are ready to open the handle here. Go ahead. Be careful. And, please look for any drops of moisture. Beware of that. Okay. Yes, we will have to move with it later on. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I closed it. I opened it. That I cannot see the cable. There are no drops, no moisture. Copy. Yeah, there's a little bit. The connector is. There is a little bit of moisture on the connector. I am not looking at the connector. I cannot see it here. EV2. Yes, yes, and now EV2. You should monitor the panel, right? Yes, and EV1. Yes, EV1. Can you use the GoPro camera and take pictures of that? The connectors that are on the module itself, correct? Yes. Or the connectors on the panel itself. On the unit. Okay, GoPro camera is activated, and I'm taking videos. So, in 4 minutes, we will have eclipse. So the camera is off, OFF now. The camera is off. I'm retrieving it to its location. Putting it back. Now, can we move the panel? Yes, start securing the panel, guys. You know,
1 hour, 52 minutes into the spacewalk, Ryzhikov and Sverchkov continue to demate connectors in the replacement of a fluid regulator component on the Zarya module, the first task of today's spacewalk, which also featured the validation of the Poisk module as an airlock for today's spacewalk and those to be conducted out of the Russian segment in the future until the arrival of the Nauka multipurpose laboratory module to be launched next year from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The International Space Station is about to cross the northern coast of Africa over Libya, soon to pass over the Mediterranean, and then over Greece, just south of Athens.
You know, there is the wire inside the wire, sort of. That's why it was very hard to pull aside. I am holding it. It's great. Three knots.
here.
No, we will have actually to secure the new panel. Okay, so I release the old tether, correct? What tether are you talking about? No, not yet. We have one more tether, and we will secure it. Okay, don't release it yet. No, we need 2 points of contact, so to say. Yes, I have released it here. You know, Sergey, you can actually hook the adjustable tether to the handrail of the container, so it is not in the way for you. So which one tether you're talking about? Which one adjustable? EV1. You have adjustable tether that you are holding with your left hand. You can secure it to the airtight container handrail on the upper or on the lateral one. Yes, I have secured it there. It is a new one. We will have use of it later. The panel should be secured with a tether, guys. You're in the wrong configuration. And the second contact point should be inaudible. Now you can let the tether go. It will be just connected with a wire. The panel should be on the wire and on the tether, guys. There should be 2 points of contact there. Unintelligible. I am ready to open the cover. Moscow, is it a go to open the cover? Yes, you can open the door of the airtight container. Copy in work. One lock is open. The other lock is open. So one is open. Both locks are open. Okay, it's a go to open the door of the airtight container. Unintelligible. Yeah, let's open the door. It wouldn't budge. But the locks are off, correct? Yes, the lock is off and latch is open. Well, maybe it is the bolt is still holding it. On my side, they are free. I suggest Sergey inaudible. Guys.
Да, принято, ребят.
Guys,
Смотрите, у нас по периметру
look,
крышки
along the perimeter of the door, Moscow, how do you copy us, EV1?
Ребят, по периметру
Guys,
12 болтов.
there are a few bolts along the perimeters. Please check that they all are free. Unintelligible. What kind of head size is needed here? Let me check.
Ребят.
Guys. Go ahead, Moscow.
Болты на фланце.
The bolts on the flange are not unscrewed, right? They are still screwed in. Yes, they are still screwed in.
Сейчас будет еще перерыв связи.
So we will have a short com dropout very soon. Guys, how do you copy us on the ground? Yeah. We copy you loud and clear. So on the door of the airtight container, there are 17.
This is Mission Control Houston, having passed the 2-hour, 1-minute mark into today's spacewalk. Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov continue work to install a replacement fluid regulator unit on the Zarya module of the International Space Station. Today's spacewalk also accomplished the validation of the Poisk module as an airlock for future Russian spacewalks through a successful depressurization, repressurization, and leak check on the hatch for the airlock portion of the Poisk module. That leak check, you see the series of steps that were conducted earlier today. The spacewalk actually getting underway at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time, with the initial opening of the hatch to Poisk.
Мне кажется, можно прорваться болты. КСБ стоит на 22-м.
Unintelligible. EV2, Moscow. You know, in your liquid garment, temperature is only 12. So what is the position of your temperature controller? Maybe you should place it in position 0 or maybe 1. 1 will be better, probably. EV2, Moscow. Okay, let us deactivate ISTR. You know, put the switch, the temperature control switch in the neutral position, and ISTR does not impact anything, so let us leave it as is. So, Sergey, can you tell us what the position of your temperature control switch right now? Inaudible.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 10 minutes into today's spacewalk. Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kud-Sverchkov on the left and right of your screen, respectively, flying over Mongolia as they take a moment to catch their breath. In front of Ryzhikov is the container with the new fluid regulator unit that they are in the process of working to install to replace an older unit that has been in the Zarya module since it was launched as the first element of the International Space Station 22 years ago.
Guys, as you probably understand that we have a tag up here on the ground discussing the issue. Yes, they are. The size of the bolts is 14. Yes, you can see here the cover. There are 12 there. 12. The ones that are securing the housing. Guys, go ahead, Moscow. We have a suggestion to try to unfasten these bolts in the following way. So you will have the ratchet wrench, and there it has the handle that can be removed, and between the handle of the ratchet wrench and between the cover, try to install it there and try to get this bolt off. You know, this handle wouldn't go inside here. Not accessible enough. Maybe the wing nut should be removed at this time so that it is not does not create an additional impediment there. Stand by 1.
Я думаю, это бесперспективная затея.
You know, to tell you the truth, it won't succeed, this idea. Copy.
Знаешь, можно как попробовать.
You know, let's give it another try together.
Это обучение какое-то.
Of course, it's not very easy to do it
Можно было как-то хотя бы накинуть.
only by you.
Накидывают вообще, да.
You know, if
А вот крутить это уже 10-й вопрос.
I can try to adjust the head somewhere on the bolt, that's the main
Там слишком
problem.
не подлезает.
Of course, you know, there is not enough access here.
Нет, не удается зацепить.
No joy.
Она еще...
You know, we cannot attach
Нет, полусфера не даст.
to it. It is also there is a half spherical cover here, so it does not give us enough access.
Ребят,
Guys, please put the old panel in its original location. Copy.
Фал с подтягом надо зацепить.
чего?
Фал с подтягом зацепить за нее.
Let's pull it up a little bit
Так мягко упорочно.
and hook it up too, and maybe we can get a better position from the gap spanner.
Так, вот хватит его. Сюда зацепить.
Как отцепление тогда? Обратно.
Kind of long. And a little bit closer.
Так,
Еще.
And a little bit more.
упирается в себя.
Unintelligible.
Так, подожди.
Stand by one.
Второе цепить. Не то. Стоп. Стоп.
Stop, stop. Watch out.
Держи, отцепи проволоку.
Давай, держу.
You got it? Holding it? I am.
Давай я возьму держу, потому что мне с твоей стороны проволока.
Хорошо.
Let me hold it because it's better for me from my side.
Все, держу.
I got it.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 20 minutes into the spacewalk by Ryzhikov on the left and Kud Sverchkov on the right as they are working to properly position this fluid flow regulator unit on the Zarya module, trying to overcome a bit of a balky bolt holding the older unit in place.
Держу.
Держу.
Got it? Yes.
Карабин надо за другой порядка, что ли? Сейчас я перецеплю. Держишь?
Что дальше?
Карабин надо перецепить.
Now we need to change the position of the hook. Are you holding it tight? Yes. And guys, the sun is coming out in a few minutes. Copy.
The International Space Station passing out over the Northwest Pacific Ocean, moving from northwest to southeast in this orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Again, this is the first task external to the work that was done earlier to validate the pressurization and hatch seal integrity of the Poisk module for use for Russian spacewalks.
SM.
Сейчас перецеплю.
Все, хватит.
I can't really move further. That's okay. That's enough.
Вот так вот, нет?
С моей стороны встал, с твоей не вижу.
Like about
Мои уровень тоже.
so. And I have it secured on my side.
Держу.
Got it? I did. I got it.
Закреплена.
Проверяем пул-тест.
Пул-тест.
And let's do the pull test.
Стоит.
Разъем.
Pull test. Successful. Connector.
Держу.
Got it? I do.
Так, Артем, разъем.
Artyom,
Ж.
connector.
ЖХ-1 готов подстыковать.
JH1.
Принято, стыкуй.
We are ready to mate it. You have a go.
Разъем подстыкован.
We have it connected.
Закрыт.
Принято.
And covered up.
Принято. Убирай обратно.
Awesome.
Фото.
Фотографировать надо, тут просто сейчас темно.
Do you need us to take any pictures? Because it's a little bit dark here right now.
Разъем зафиксирован.
And the connector is secure.
Почти закрывать.
Do you want us to cover it up with the MLI flap?
Сейчас проверим.
Let them check.
Тут Москвы как понимаете.
Moscow, how do you copy?
До связи.
We copy.
Извините, ребят, отвлекся. на
Sorry,
секунду.
guys, I
Повторите,
was a
пожалуйста.
little bit distracted. Come again.
Старая панель установлена.
We have installed it, everything, and connected the connector. Do you want us to take any pictures? No. Sergey, in 2.5 minutes, the sun is coming out, and let's start moving back to MRM-1 with the airtight container in tow. We're going to be bringing it back. All right, the connectors are covered up with the MLI. Unintelligible. Guys, right before you remove the airtight container.
So the first task of today's spacewalk, external to the Poisk airlock, is now complete. The installation of a new fluid flow regulator unit on the Zarya module of the International Space Station to replace an aging unit. That older unit has been inserted into that cylindrical container, the barrel-shaped container that you see between Sergei Ryzhikov on the left and Sergei Kudzverchkov on the right. It will be brought back inside the Poisk airlock, and that will enable the next task to be undertaken, that being the disconnection of a telemetry antenna at the interface between the Zvezda service module and the Pirs docking compartment, the older airlock that has been used to date for Russian-based spacewalks. That telemetry antenna then will be connected to the interface between Zvezda and Poisk, now being used for Russian spacewalks.
Is closed. Copy. So the PRV is closed. And the two wing screws on my side are tight. Copy.
Ребят.
Guys? Go ahead.
Новые вводные от кураторов.
Just a slight delta from our specialist regarding the
Надо оставить его открытым. А закрывать
PRV valve, you need to
после шлюзования.
So regarding the KSD valve, you need to leave them open. We are going to close them only after they repress. Okay, we copy. The valve is open. Your valve is open. Copy. Please stand by.
Все, ребят, приступаем
Hey guys,
к демонтажу
please proceed
гермоконтейнеров с площадки фиксации. Проверяем страховку
with the
двумя точками.
pressurized container. Remove it. Remove the airtight container from the attachment frame and put it into the working configuration. Okay, we are opening up the latches. Copy.
Левый замок открыт.
Left latch is open, right latch is open.
Извлекли, перевожу в рабочую замка.
And we are putting the lock. We are putting the latches into the working configuration. Copy. And I got the airtight container. I am handing it over to you.
Ребят, и в обратной последовательности идем заводить гермоконтейнер в ним. Точно.
And guys, move it into MRM2.
Свои фалы.
Just be very careful with the tethers and with the tethers for the container. Okay, I have it secured. Let me move a little bit farther away. I got the container.
With the old fluid regulator unit in that airtight container, Sergei Ryzhikov on the left, Sergei Sverchkov on the right will carry it back to the Poisk airlock to stow it for now, and then we'll get on with the second task for the day, the repositioning of a telemetry antenna, disconnecting it from the Pirs docking compartment, which no longer will be used as an airlock for Russian spacewalks, and installing it at the interface between the Zvezda service module and the Poisk airlock being used today for the first time for Russian EVAs. We are now 2 hours, 35 minutes into this spacewalk, the 232nd in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, and the 8th out of the International Space Station this year.
Okay, I have moved, and I'm handing it over to you. Got it. And I have moved the gap spanner and attached it. And the shortcut. And I have the kit attached to the gap spanner, and I continue my movement. And I've got the kit.
Сергей, второй.
Сергей. Сергей.
Сергей, ну давай поставь кран тепло-холод вручную, там в первый, второй.
All right, for the warm cold
температурка растет.
handle, please put it in the manual position because we see the temperature increasing. All right? Let me translate and I'll do it. And I'll need to move to the gap spanner too. Yeah, go ahead. All right, the hook is connected to the gap spanner. We see that. And the long one is on the handrail. Short one is on the second handrail for translation. And the kit is on the handrail. I got it.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours 40 minutes into today's spacewalk, as Sergei Ryzhikov on the left and Sergei Sverchkov on the right wrangle the container with the old discarded fluid flow regulator taken from the Zarya module and replaced with a new unit. They're moving it back to the Poisk module to be stowed before they press ahead with the other work on tap for today.
All right, and I can attach myself here to this handrail. And you can hold it for a second, it's going to be better.
Тут же, да, на поручни переходе такой же неприятный кронштейн.
So the same frame on the translation handrail as previously. Not very convenient. Oh, wait. Hold on. You got your head caught up there. Stand by. Hold on. Okay, now you fit through. Okay.
Сергей, а можешь повторить, что
Sergey,
кронштейн на поручне
so
перехода?
what is that pesky
Вот эти кронштейны, которыми сами поручни крепятся.
frame?
Треугольные.
Well, it's like this triangular frame that the handrail is attached by, so you have to really finagle your way around it. It's the one that is like triangular. So if you're at the very edge and very close to that frame, the hook connects there really good. I am on the handrail for DC-1, and I got the kit. Copy. We see it. And I'm moving along the gap spanners. There you are.
This is Mission Control Houston. A correction to this particular task with the fluid flow regulator. The two cosmonauts were unable to open that airtight container containing the replacement fluid flow regulator because of a balky bolt. It sounded from the conversation with the Russian flight controllers that they had been able to overcome that, but they did not. So the Russian flight control team instructed the two cosmonauts to abort the task, and they're bringing that container back inside Poisk, leaving the old fluid flow regulator, which is still operative, inside the Zarya module. So again, this task has been aborted for the two cosmonauts because of their inability to open up the container housing the new fluid flow regulator.
Hold on, let me move as well.
They have transferred it to MRM2.
Да.
And the kit? Did you get it? Yes.
Продолжаю движение по прицельным поручням.
And I will continue translating along the handrails.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 47 minutes into the spacewalk. You see Sergei Ryzhikov in the foreground and Sergei Sverchkov with the blue stripes on his suit. And in between them is the container that they were unable to get open that houses the replacement fluid flow regulator unit for the Zarya module. The intent had been to replace an older unit in Zarya, which is still operating, with this new unit, but they were unable to open that container because of a stubborn bolt. After almost an hour of trying, Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow instructed them to stand down from this work. It will be revisited on a future spacewalk, and the new fluid regulator unit will be stowed inside the Russian segment of the space station for the time being. That task has been aborted.
I got it. I got it. Inaudible. Copy. Thanks. I got it. It's ready. Two. 222, I got it.
No.
Okay, I hand it over to you. I got it. Guys, we had a quick handover, and you're moving towards the EV hatch, correct? Yes, we are on plane 3 now, and moving towards that now. Copy. And we will have to rehook the hooks here on the shortcut handrails. Copy. And Sergey, make sure you position yourself in such a way that it's convenient for you to do the transit B antenna feeder unit operation. And Sergey 1 will be on its own. Why? And how much?
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 53 minutes into today's spacewalk by Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Sverchkov. To recap, the two cosmonauts spent part of the time this morning depressurizing and repressurizing and conducting leak checks to the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. That all designed to verify the integrity of Poisk to be used as an airlock for future Russian spacewalks, replacing the Pirs docking compartment that has been in use since 2001 as both a docking port and an airlock for Russian EVAs. Poisk now will serve that role until the arrival next year of the multipurpose laboratory module to be launched on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The spacewalk today began at 9:12 a.m. Central Time, 10:12 a.m. Eastern Time. Ryzhikov and Sverchkov moved a container to the Zarya module of the International Space Station, within which was a new fluid regulator component to help the flow of fluids and the plumbing system of Zarya. However, after working with a bulky bolt for some period of time, the two cosmonauts were ordered to abort that task. They could not get the container open with the replacement unit, and so they're in the process of stowing the unit back inside Poisk. The older fluid regulator unit in Zarya is still operating and working just fine. It was to be replaced with the new unit, but that task will be put off until a future date. The next task on the timeline for the crew, after they stow this container, will be to make their way towards the interface that you see just on the lower left-hand corner of your screen between Poisk and the Zvezda service module. They'll disconnect a telemetry antenna and reconnect it at the interface between Poisk and the service module, disconnecting it from the interface between Pirs and the Zvezda service module, that being one of the first tasks associated with the decommissioning of the the Pirs module. The Pirs docking compartment will be decommissioned, and the removal of that telemetry antenna from the interface between Pirs and Zvezda and its reconnection to the interface between Poisk and Zvezda will be the first in a series of steps that will lead to the decommissioning of Pirs. That will be dismantled unberthed and deorbited next year in advance of the launch of the multi-purpose laboratory module.
I'm moving in with my head first.
Так, а мы руки должны выделить, Артем?
Нет, у нас по вашему докладу все чисто было, поэтому ничего протирать не надо.
Artyom, do we have to wipe anything here? No, you reported that everything was clean, so you don't have to do that. Copy. EV1 in MRM2.
Once again, as we approach the 3-hour mark into the spacewalk, that first task to replace that fluid regulator unit in the Zarya module was aborted when the cosmonauts were unable to open up the container housing the new unit, the replacement unit. They tried to pry it open, but a bulky bolt intervened, making it impossible for the cosmonauts to open. So that new unit is being reinstalled in the Poisk module in that container that you see, after which the two cosmonauts will press ahead with the other work on plan for the rest of today's spacewalk.
Yes, I did not. So I will turn off the thermal control system. Then let me hand it over to Sergey, and I will do it then. Yes, you can set it to position 2, for example. Okay, stand by. I will turn off the thermal control system. Well, let it run. It does not really influence anything. So just move the switch manually. And you can just move the temperature control handle. Okay, it is set to 2. Okay, so should we bring the kit inside? Are you going to leave this hook outside here? I just attached one of them. And okay, go ahead and get the short one. Okay, so I have one. No, I mean your hooks. Okay. Okay, let me transfer the short one here, so it's not in the way. Done. I'm ready, and I'm handing it over. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, so let me rehook it. Rehook my tether. This is hook 2. Okay, so go ahead and give it to me. Okay, I got it. So the long long tether is now attached to the hook of the kit. Is that correct? No. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me unhook this one. I guess that would be better to unhook this instead. And put it there. Okay, got it. And the second one too. Both hooks are now secured. I guess the long one got caught up. Yes, I see it. Okay, let me go ahead and try it again. The pressurized container is inside, correct? Yes, correct. Inaudible.
Принято, да, крылок бэк берем.
Copy, yes. Where should it be attached? On the short tether. Yes, exactly.
Сергей первый.
Sergey 1. Go ahead.
Скажи, пожалуйста, у тебя
левой
рукой вот что-то, какая-то лямка. Это что такое?
Above your left hand there is a strap. What is that? A strap? Well, I guess this is the hull of the power module, I guess, or whatever it's called. Do you mean it came off? Yes, the one that's loose. So the plastic overlay on the for the inner ring. Okay, copy. So it is positioned here and secured, tethered. The handrail here. And I guess we'll need to tether it here. Well, it should be tethered to the short tether. Well, if you get it from over here.
Подскажите сейчас, крылок бэк как застрахован?
Could you please tell us if Krylok back is tethered now? It is tethered onto the circular handrail 6024 copy. And this is one safety tether, right? And does it have a second attachment point? No, not yet. Okay, copy. So you can use the strap on the outside of the crew lock bag. So you can use that and wrap it around your short tether. I don't think it's going to hold it, but yes, I understand that. So we're going to use rat to tether it. Small one? Okay, look. That strap should go around your short tether, and then you will attach it to the D-ring, and then after that you're going to have a closed loop. Well, I'm going to be holding crew lock bag. So Sergey is holding it now, but then I'll get out. Okay, all right. I'm going to secure it temporarily. Yes, copy. It's just that one restraint point is not sufficient. One tether point is not sufficient for translation. Okay, copy. I will do it all now. Copy. Guys, do you need a break? We have a scheduled break on the timeline now after these operations. Copy. So we can just proceed without any rush. Copy. EV2 should position himself on the circular hand drain of Pecho cone near plane 3, and EV1 will move to inaudible. Okay, copy. So translating now. Here is the crew lock bag. Once you're out, we're going to rehook it. Okay, so move it closer towards yourself. Okay, and a bit to the other side. Okay. Your load bag is in the way. No, it's fine. So I guess you can close the MLI now, if possible. Yes, I will do it now. Let me rehook my tethers first. Okay. It would be better to close it off a bit later because it's not really the best place for it right now. Let's proceed with transit ops. Okay.
Так, Карабин зацепил за короткий фал.